Hello guys and welcome back again to the Tech YouTube channel. Just recently I had a chance to try out two different CPU coolers from Cryorig, and today I'll be actually trying out another one, the A40 model, it this time being a closed loop CPU water cooling solution. As you can see it from the picture on the front of the box, this is a 240mm type of water cooling AIO, which actually comes in with an interesting add-on on its pump to help him out a bit, a small 70mm fan, but more on that later on. Going further around the box, you will come across onto some usual talk and other spotlights in regards of the cooler's features and technologies, detailed technical specifications alongside of the list of the supported sockets for cooler installation, ranging from the Intel's LGA2011 socket to the AMD's AM3 Plus socket. Opening up the box, on the flaps you can see a reminder for you to register your product online so you can get the extended 3-year warranty for the cooler and other goodies. Further down here we have two 120mm fans, a bag with socket installation parts and user manuals. Here's the 70mm fan for the block. And here we have the main unit itself. Taking a closer look at the cooler, you can notice that this is your pretty standard looking 240mm aluminum matte black radiator with 27.5mm of thickness and pretty densely laid out fins. Beside this regular A40 model, Cryorig actually offers an ultimate version of the same model, which comes in with even thicker 38.5mm radiator. Coming from the top part of the radiator and its reservoir, we have the 10mm flexible tubes going to the pump, which is, as you can see, a bit oddly shaped since on top of it you install the aforementioned 70mm fan. The copper CPU base is nicely polished and comes in with a pre-applied thermal paste. Before I went ahead with the installation of the cooler onto the motherboard socket, I've put those two 120mm fans onto the radiator. Of course, if you wish to, you can put additional two on the other side for push-pull configuration and even better performance. Installation of the CPU block was as easy as always, since the socket we used here was the LGA2011 together with the Intel Core i7-5960X. Since most of the X99 motherboards already have screw threads and backplate on them, installing any kind of cooler requires just a few screws and a bracket, which was actually pre-installed in the case of the A40. Putting on the 70mm fan onto the block was fairly easy and straightforward, it just slides on top of it, and it also has its own fan header up there. If you're wondering what purpose does it have, basically to additionally cool the surrounding components around the socket, like MOSFETs and VRMs, possibly bumping up the overclocking potential of the motherboard. Speaking of the headers, fans are controlled over the pump using two separated fan headers, which then connect to just one header on the motherboard for PWM regulation, while the pump has a separated power line over one SATA power connector, which is a good alternative solution. Taking a look at the low temperatures under AIDA 64 system stability test, we were getting impressive 40 to 45 degrees Celsius on all 8 cores, and that's definitely above average. Putting the cooler through our overclocking settings at 4.5 GHz and 1.37 volts, we were seeing temperatures mostly below 70 degrees Celsius, which is again really impressive, especially if you compare it with some reviews of other closed loop CPU water cooling solutions that I've done before here on the channel. Bottom line, for its price, performance-wise, the A40 is at top of its class. Although the fans were somewhat average when it comes to noise under load in both scenarios, the pump was a bit too loud for my taste. It was actually louder than all three fans in idle, granted that they are really quiet, even the 70mm one, while in load you won't hear it over the fan noise. The pump is maybe not louder by the overall volume, but it's definitely annoying and audible over them, no matter what motherboard setting I used for the PWM regulation. All in all, keep that in mind and try to check other reviews in regards of that topic. Thank you guys once again for checking out our unboxing and review of the Cryorig's A40 closed loop CPU water cooling solution. Feel free to give us a thumbs up if you like this video, leave a comment down below if you have any questions about the product, and of course, if you would like to see more content like this, you can subscribe to our Tech YouTube channel, or you can just check out our other videos from before.